Alrighty, guys, real quick. Jeep Patriot. Oh my goodness, I forgot what year, but guys, this is a comeback from another shop. Cousin Pookie shop. Okay, I got tons of throttle body codes, but here's the thing. This throttle body was just replaced. Now here's another caveat or thing about this situation. It was replaced with a Mopar throttle body. So the part itself, in my opinion, is not the problem. It's not at fault. What I'm guessing is at fault is this. They simply got this wrong. The wiring harness, guys, the throttle body has been redesigned, so you have to splice in a new harness because of the redesign. All right, the connection is not the same. So if you get a new Mopar throttle body for this year car, like I say, the connections are totally different. Right here, yeah, this is not going to fit the existing connector. Now, because he've already replaced this, it tells me that he had no choice but to replace the connector. Again, due to all those fault codes, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he just simply miswired it, didn't wire it right. Now guys, here's the thing. I've had problems with the instructions, and if I had contacts with engineers or whoever made this publication, I would call them up and tell them, all right, the wiring diagram in this is, in my opinion, not correct. Yes, okay, I've had to rewire one. This only have to happen to you once. Once it do, damn it, you're gonna realize, oh, you're gonna fix it and make sure it don't happen again. Nobody likes doing stuff twice. So here's the harness in the wiring diagram that you should reset or resplice your new harness into. All right, I have to go a step farther, guys. I have to go to the computer and look up the actual diagram for this year, make, and model car and match these wires up myself and splice the wires accordingly. Okay, so I had a guy on YouTube last night speaking to me about this. Now I was expecting to get his VIN so I can see what his wire diagram is, but they all similar, guys. So his is probably similar to this one. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, how did they got this thing? Oh, let's take a look down here and see what we got. All right. Yep. Now, because this was a package deal, I'm guessing ain't nothing wrong with the throttle body, just the wiring, but I have to replace both in order to get it. It's a long story, but what I want to do is take a look at this connector and see if it matches. Oh yeah, this guy did a number on this harness. All right, so I'm gonna have to take all this apart, guys, and verify that this stuff is wired correctly. All right, all these pins matter, but again, I don't go by this. In fact, I have my own cheat sheet. Let me go get it for you. Alrighty, so here's my cheat sheet. Yes, I had to go and make my own based off the actual wire diagram in the car. This is the box. This is the paper that came in the box. All right, I'm not interested in this because it's wrong. Okay, so I got my cheat sheet here. Now I am to match what I'm about to do to fix this car. Let me do it that way. Verify. Y'all can't see. I want to verify that these are in fact in their right spot. I'm gonna put them in that right spot. If I have to cut and resplice, I'm just gonna have to do that, but everything have to match my cheat sheet. This is the connector from the old connector that was on the car, so I just correlated that into this and put the pins in their proper order. Okay, so let me rip this apart and I'll show y'all which one he may have gotten wrong. All right, y'all hold tight. Alrighty, guys, I got good news and bad news. The good news is cousin Pookie didn't miswire it, okay, based off my cheat sheet. Remember, this is the connector of the old setup. Here's the circuit and the color. Okay, all I did was transfer everything that come out of the old connector into the new connector. All right, now looking at this, he got all of this right, guys, but it's only one problem he didn't do right. Yes, I found one of these pins not all the way pushed up. So when you enter, just say when you building your connector, you have to push those pins all the way up. If not, that locking tab, this right here is supposed to be a safety feature that holds everybody in place. But if you're not pushed all the way up from the get-go in the beginning, then yeah, eventually that can back off and back out. Okay, I should have fired the camera up when I found it, but I was so convinced that the wiring was going to be wrong to where I was wrong. So I won't have to cut and re-splice anything. Alright. In fact, if you wrong, just de-pin this. That's the problem. I don't like de-pinning this. Alright. Once you disturb it, they don't want to act right once you disturb them. So I hate de-pinning connectors. Alright. Yes, I got the de-pinning toolkit. It's just that I hate have to do that. So some cases I would just cut and re-splice, but you can just de-pin it and put them in their right spot. But at any rate, that's not the problem. Alright, now I got all the pins pushed up and they locked into place. I have pulled on these. They not coming down anymore. In fact, I heard the click when I pushed this third one all the way up. I heard the click. That means it's now locked into place. So technically I don't have to. It all depends what they make me do. Alright, this is a new throttle body, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to go yeah, I don't know. It's a case by case situation here. Alright, it's not one of those customers have to pay for because they just had it done. Now I'm concerned about who's gonna pay me. Right? Yeah, that's all I'm concerned with. Who the hell is gonna pay me? That's how I earn my living, guys. Yeah, I'm trained for this. Okay, so now what I need to do is get this back. See that? Now I gotta push it all the way down. Okay, you hear that click. Now you can see all of those silver. Yeah, that should be one of the first things you look at, the connector. All of the pins was not pushed up. Alright, but that does not take away the fact well, you need to make sure you wire the circuit in the correct way from the get-go. Alright, now technically I probably can plug this in, turn those lights off, because a lot of those codes was active. And I don't know how they not active when they leave his possession, when they leave Cousin Pookie's shop. Again, so maybe vibration, you know, with the engine running, pin pull back, then it happens, customer too scared to go back to, yeah, they always end up here. I have no problem, I'll fix them. Okay, you just got to pay me for my knowledge. Alright, well, I got this problem figured out and fixed, but okay, we'll have to see. Like I say, it's case by case design. But now, man, that asked me about those, just, I don't know if you can see this, just jot this down. This is the paper been all in the trash can. I had to dig this out. But this is the new connector, this is the old one. As you pull these out one by one, move them over to their perspective connector when you're building it. That's all you got to do, guys. Alright, guys, so there may be a plot twist to this video. Alright, y'all see all of that? This is the old new throttle body that was just replaced. Look at that, a lot of oil. Okay, here's a new one. Alright, now here's the deal, guys. I want y'all to see something. I've seen this a long time ago and I talked about this in one of my videos. Let me take y'all dumpster dive. Is that standing oil? Oh my goodness. Hold on, we going down again. Yeah, guys, we might have a ventilation issue going on. I'm not sure oil should be just sitting in the... This is an intake manifold, which means vacuum is constantly flowing through there. Alright? So, does this car have a ventilation PCV problem? I'm going to recommend that we do the PCV as well, because I do not want to put this brand new throttle body on this oil soak restricted intake manifold. I'm going to go down here and clean this up. But yeah, we need to address this, because I don't know if oil can make its way to the motor part of the throttle body. Could that cause a problem? Alright, so we had the codes and I directed my attention to the connector, which turned out to be in place. I went ahead and I'm going to proceed. I'm glad I did with replacing the throttle body, because when I took it off, oil actually spilled and hit the ground. That's how much oil is in this throttle body. trying to clean up most of it. Yeah, I don't really want to put this new throttle body. All right, let's go back dumpster diving and see what we see. I'm cleaning it up the best I could, but I need to address this. So, actually, what I'm gonna do is recommend they replace the PCV valve. All right, PCV, positive crankcase ventilation. This thing need to vent more, breathe more, something. All right, you shouldn't. This is the intake manifold, guys. All right, I'm having a brain freeze right now. I can't think straight, so I'm just gonna do what comes to my mind right now. I'm getting a PCV valve for this. In the meantime, let me go ahead and proceed with this, guys. Remember. The computer. Where's the computer? This computer. PCM. Oh, they had it on here on top of the damn air filter. Go figure. This computer, when I plug this in, hook this up and plug it in, this computer do not know the position of this. You know what that means? This had to be relearned to this. So I'm going to have to perform a feature called throttle body relearn. Initialize it. I'm going to have to initialize this throttle body. Alright. Yeah, you just can't. These are not plug and play. You don't just plug this up, hook this up, plug it in and go. No. There's no, it's electronics. Okay, remember the old days when you had a throttle blade, you had a TPS, you had an AIS motor, AIC motor, idle control motor, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, none of that now. ETC, electronic throttle control, throttle body. All right, they're not plug and play. So if your Scan 2 can't relearn this, you might not want to take the job because you will get embarrassed. It's nothing like getting a call. You're a mobile mechanic, you're getting a call. How much you charge to put a throttle body on? Oh, that's easy, $100. You get over there, put it on, fire it up, and it won't go because you have no way to relearn it. Yeah, code readers are not capable of relearning throttle body, so you need a real good scan tool that will allow you to relearn this. So again, if you can't do this, I suggest you not take the job. Now I'm gonna end this video. I keep coming up with more stuff, so let me wrap this up, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching.